Mellow beat.
Yo, mic check, mic check. Pat, what's up, G? Happy holidays, everybody. Right into the plays. Yo. What's up, everybody? What's up, Pat? All right, as you can see, we got NFL Week 16. Man, I can't believe it's about to be end of the season, but yo, appreciate everybody joining with me. Shout out to Pat, man. He's always been down since day one. I got my, shaking espresso. So we're going to get right into these plays. Give my favorite plays for each position, as you can see down below. All right, let's try to cash this thing. All right, I got some good spots where hopefully we could bounce back and get some great wins. Also, we could look into some prop plays. More likely, I like to do touchdown plays. I want to get the bag, so that's how I roll. But nonetheless, we're doing DFS. So as you can see on the side, we got draft dashboard tools in link in my description. You want to sign up. I think it's free for up to a month, but it helps me out when you sign on the link. It gives me commission on my end, and I appreciate draft dashboard tools always sponsoring the videos. So let's jump into it. We're gonna go into the quarterbacks. We got the injury watch list and favorite stacks we're gonna look into for the week. All right, yeah, the season's winding down, man. And, my she gonna be 6 on the 29th. So even though we got Christmas, I got my daughter's birthday, so that's no excuse. So we're gonna have to make sure she has a good birthday as well. But all right, so I found out Atlanta possibly might release Cousins after that. Man, Cousins been always about that bag, he's one of those guys that the biggest contracts in history. I mean, he's one of those guys. I think he had they showed his stats with his career bag against Tom Brady, and this dude blows him out the water. So shout out to Kirk Cousins, man. Hey, shout out to Patrick. Happy birthday, yo. Happy belated birthday. You're a real one. I'm glad you had a good birthday, bro. Alright, so let's jump into these plays. I'm not going to be here too long. I do want to spend my time with family today, but I still want to put out this plays. I just looked at it like, man, I ain't do a video since week 12. I've been so busy with other props and doing other sports and looking at hockey and all that. I like to dab into everything, but appreciate everybody still supporting me throughout the years. But let's get right into this thing. I'm gonna go to the gym afterwards, man. I'm trying to relax for the day. That's how I am, man. Let's go. All right, let's look into football. Let's look into the quarterbacks. Now we do got Josh Allen. I think this guy's been going crazy. He's going against New England, which I feel like is going to be more of a slower paced matchup. He is 8,700 on Draftkings. He's looking about 96 on FanDuel, but overall, I think this is going to be a game where you don't have to pay up here for quarterback. And I scored good last week, but wrong contest, no money. It's all good, man. You know how it is. It's all about the contacts we try to play. If you want to go for the smaller, entries, I think that's where the money is at right there to make consistent profit. Now, if you want to look into tournaments, obviously we gotta get crazy, but it's all about the slates you're in when you look into DraftKings and FanDuel. It's all about the type of slates you're into. That certain lineups that won't cash in one line could be the optimal in another slate. So you got to keep in mind with that. But nonetheless, Josh Allen, I think just the price, I think he's obvious going to be cash. I really feel like you don't have to pay up for him. He's in a good matchup, but I think he still will, he's giving you, he had 41, 22, 22, 3 times in the last 3 games against New England. He played a free contest. Well, yeah, that's definitely going to be a play. Now, if you had like a single lineup type of play, I think that would definitely cash if you did that. But yeah, that's free money contest. It's just a shot in the dart and hopefully cash in those type of plays. But Josh Allen, definitely a good spot to want to consider. You want to look in that route. Another play I do want to look is Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is definitely a good spot to look at. Going against Cleveland. He's 7,500. He is, 83 on FanDuel. I mean, it's always a type of matchup where this is always a low-scoring game, which is weird. He had 14 last time. He had 17, 9, and 38 in 2020 against Cleveland at home. Hopefully he could bounce back and give us that 2020 type of feel where he had 38 fantasy points in that matchup, 3 touchdowns in that play with a rushing touchdown. I do like Joe Burrow, which I do want to stack up with Jamar Chase. Is definitely a good spot where you got Gesicki, you got Chase Brown, you got T. Higgins. So it should be a good matchup for him to definitely bounce back in this play. So I definitely want to consider Joe Burrow, 7,500. Another play I do want to look at will be Kyler Murray. He's 6,100. Anytime I play him when he's cheap, I definitely think he's one of those guys I definitely want to pick on, especially going against Carolina, one of the worst against the quarterbacks. They just gave up with Rush, Dallas quarterback. He had 20 fantasy points against him. and then you had Hurts had 24. Um, so I think Kyler Murray going against Carolina should be a spot here where you get some savings on the other end. You got Marvin Harrison Jr. that's real cheap into this game. You got McBride. You got James Conner. So I definitely think Kyler Murray just for the price tag at 6,100. Even what is it? He is 8,000 on FanDuel. But man, going against a defense that's 31st against overall defense and 29th against quarterbacks, I definitely think that's the route to go. So that's the type of play I'm on, especially into the late of the season. They might get a little crazy with their lineups, especially if they don't have nothing to chase. They might look elsewhere, try to find players that are in incentive contracts. That's definitely gonna be something we gotta look into at the end of the season, where we got guys that are in incentive contracts where they have to hit hit the certain contract to get their bonus. So we gotta look into that type of stuff into the end of the season. Guys that are in these type of contracts, those are good spots, especially for props. When you got guys that need a certain amount of yards, guys that need a certain amount of touchdowns, certain guys that need certain catches for this season, even quarterbacks. So that's definitely a good time, especially for props, where we look at guys with incentive contracts. All right, so let me go ahead and put these plays in. I'm gonna go ahead and put. I think GPP will be Murray, but I'm gonna go Burrow at cash. I mean, I still like Allen here. Allen does everything, so I like Allen. Put some Burrow in there. All right, so far into it. He said just have a good matchup. I had Adams at 1% and smash. Yeah, he went crazy, and he was in a good matchup last week too. I had him as well. He's in my fantasy, so he definitely did work. I definitely like the receivers this week as well. Let me look at just a moment. Oh boy. All right, let's go down to another play. We have Sam Darnold going against Seattle. Sam Darnold is not getting any love. I think this is a good spot for him going against Seattle. It's one of those teams where they give up against the quarterbacks. He's in a good matchup. You got Triple J. You got Addison. I love Addison here for this week as well. So Sam Darnold going against Seattle, one of the worst teams against quarterbacks. He did give up 19, almost 20 fantasy points to Murray in week 14. Jordan Love had about 18 fantasy points that last week. But I definitely think he could bounce back in this matchup. He's definitely been a play, especially on the road. He did have 24 and 24 against the Bears and also the Titans. And those are one of the type of defense where, you got tough defense. You got the Titans are pretty good in defense, and you also have Chicago's defense. I definitely think Sam Darnold, just for the price tag at 6,500, is still intriguing. Even on FanDuel, he's cheaper on FanDuel at 77. So I definitely want to get some spots here for Sam Darnold. I definitely think it'd be a good spot to want to consider for your lineups. Yeah, definitely think he's a good spot here. My guy for this week, I definitely want to look at Caleb Williams. Going against Detroit, I feel like this should be a bounce back matchup. Looking at Detroit's defense, again, a little depleted coming into this week. And it's definitely going to be the O-line that's hopefully going to be helpful, but I love the stack with the Bears. I got DJ Moore as my guy. He loves to go ape shit against Detroit. You have Keenan Allen that's balled out against Detroit. So hopefully it's a recipe for success. We got Caleb Williams to go crazy. Um, Hopefully, he's only 5,500 on DraftKings. You get him for 72, I believe, on FanDuel. He did have 11, 15, and 26 in the last 3 games. The last time he played Detroit, that was at Detroit, where he had 26 fantasy points in that matchup with 3 touchdowns. Hopefully, this also come to the play at home. You would think that playing at home would be more of an advantage for him, but for the fact that he had 26 playing at Detroit is something to acknowledge. So I'm going to want to go back here playing at home. Hopefully he does well. I just hope he does. I hope he does well. Yeah, I just hope he does well. I just feel like he should go. He should go well. So I'm gonna put him as my GPP as well for today. Let's see. Got Caleb. Who else did I talk about? Sam Darnold. See if I can want to look at AR. I'm not sure I want to go this route with him this week. AR Anthony Richardson. I'm not sure if I want to go that route. I think who's hurt. I think who's out. I think Alec Pierce is out for Indianapolis. But these are the guys I want to consider for my quarterbacks. These are my quarterback plays. Let me know what y'all thinking. Going into before we go into the running back. All right, let's look into running backs. All right. All right, you want to pay up? You got Saquon Barkley going against Washington. It's definitely one of the teams that you want to go off on. They're horrible against the run. Looking about, they said 15, but looking like in the last 9, they're 23rd against the running backs. This is giving up a lot in the last 4 games. Around 137 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, 24 fantasy points allowed. I definitely think if you want to pay up for Barkley, this is a good spot for him. He did have 2 bad games where he had 9 and 17, and those are the games where he played against Pittsburgh and Carolina, which to me was I'm shocked that Carolina he didn't go off. He only had 17, but it should be a bounce back play. Let's see how he is on the road. He's been okay on the road. He had 49 when he played against the Rams. He had 22 in Week 13 against Baltimore. I feel like he should bounce back in this play. He's been real consistent in the last 2 games playing at Washington. We had 23 and 30 in the last of those 2 games where he had 3 touchdowns in the last 2 games at Washington. So I think you want to pay up for Barkley, where if you want to get like a cheaper quarterback and pay up at running back, I think Barkley is a play to look at. Let me look at. No. Looks nice, boo boo. Huh? Looks good. No, boo boo. Let me do this. Close the door, please. Thank you. Close the door, Olivia. So not today. Not today. We gotta get through this thing. Not today. All right. Olivia. Olivia, close the door. Close it. Thank you. Let me see who else am I looking at. I'm looking at Bijan Robinson. I'm not sure if I want to go that route though. I think my running list gonna be real slim. I want to go for some savings. Let me look at for saving spots. I think Tyjae Spears is somebody to consider at 49, playing against the Colts. You know, he did have a crazy game against the Bengals where he had 27 fantasy points, 2 touchdowns in that matchup. He was real heavy into the pass attack where he has 7 targets for 6 receptions. I just think he's showing his combo skills as a running back. He only had 4 carries, but with 2 touchdowns into the passing game, and with this type of team where he's 4,900, going against the Colts where he did have 16-12 last season. In 2023 against them. So something to consider here as he's effective in the pass attack. I just think that he is opening up the field a little bit to where 49. I definitely want to get some shares with Tyjae Spears. Just for the value aspect, if you want to look for value at running back, of course, it's going to be a lot of expensive plays at running back. I just think the value is there for Spears, and then on top of that, he's going against the Colts. I just think it's a good spot for him. They're 30th against the running back 2 slot, so it's something to look at for Spears. I just think he's a good candidate for value. And then we gotta look at the stats for Pollard. I think Pollard is questionable, so let me go ahead and put him on the injury list. We do have Powell that is questionable. All right, so we got Colts. And Pierce is out. Whoops. Pierce. Pierce out. We do have Tennessee. We do have Pollard questionable. Alright, so I think Spears is for the questionable tag. We'll keep him in the mix. I think Bijan Robinson is something I gotta look at. He's been playing well at home in the last 3 games where he had 26, 21, and 28 in the last 3 games at home where he had Seattle, Dallas, and the Chargers. He's definitely being more effective at home. So going against the Giants, they're 26 against the position. He is pricey, man. 8,100 for Bijan. And then you're looking on FanDuel, we're looking at 8,900. Like, I don't think you have to pay. It's just certain names in the game where it's like you look at Bijan, you don't think 8,000, right? I think either 6K, maybe 7,200. But a guy like Bijan, There's just certain names in the game you're not gonna pay up. I feel like I don't want to pay up 8,000 for Bijan. Now he might have a crazy game. He's just one of those names where I do not want to pay up for. I feel like he's not worth the price tag. Yeah, this is one of those guys I do not want to pay up for. Just the name, like I don't pay. You don't pay 8,000 for a Bijan. It's like the 8K range guys are like, like a Barkley, Henry. Who else is 8K type of guy? 8K, maybe like a McCaffrey. Those are the 8K guys. Like you don't see Bijan Robinson as an 8K guy. So he's one of those guys. I feel like you're going crazy if you pay up that route. He isn't a good matchup, but I just feel like just the value aspect, I might not consider that spot. Like I might pivot, let's say to like A-Chan going against the 49ers. Like the 49ers are out of the playoffs. I mean, I got to rep my squad, but they're out the playoffs. They have nothing to go for. I feel like A-Chan and Mostert, you got the revenge with Mostert coming back to the Niners, coming back to the 49er camp. So this could be a spot where they might, unload on the backfield against the Niners, where if you want to look at a Mostert, that could be a viable play just to go back on the 49ers. I think that could be a play. I'm just pissed how we are, but it is what it is. I think A-Chan, he's been real consistent. He's been going off in the last 4 games at home. He has, 5 touchdowns in the last 4 games at home. And he's playing against the Niners that have nothing to go for. 27th against the running backs. I think A-Chan is definitely a play. If you want to still sprinkle on Mostert for like a touchdown prop, just for the aspect of, just putting some dirt on the Niners, like you got rid of me type of mindset. Yeah, I definitely see that happening. So the fact that Niners don't have nothing to go for, and there's a lot of scrutiny with Debo, it's just messy all around. So I think A-Chan is also a good spot. I think he be overlooking this matchup as well. So I think A-Chan, Mostert are guys you could definitely look at, especially Mostert for value. I just think they're going to just go crazy on the backfield against us. So I think if I want to go the opposite route from like Bijan, I would rather go like A-Chan. Just for the price aspect, I think A-Chan is definitely worth the price. It sucks to say that, but it is true. It is what it is. Let's see who else is in play. I'm not really sure about running backs this week. I'm kind of iffy on the running back side. I mean, you got the whole DeAndre Swift on the other side. I think DeAndre Swift could be a factor here. I feel like he's going to bounce back playing at home. He's been going back and forth at home. I think just 5,600 for DeAndre Swift is a play. I really like Chicago here. I think Chicago is definitely going to be a spot to consider. He had 4 touchdowns in the last 4 touchdowns in the last 7 home games, and playing against Detroit. I just think like Detroit allowed, they had James Cook. James Cook has 29 against them. Yeah, Jacobs had 24 in the last 2 weeks. I mean, Swift didn't do well in week 13. We had 9, but I feel like playing at home would definitely help the factor here. I just like the value for Swift, and I also like the Bears. I really feel like this is my favorite stack for the week, GBP wise. will be the Bears. And I like Swift. I think Swift, he hasn't been talked about. He's his value. He's around 5,600. I think he's a great value play to look at. Swift. Get out, please. Close the door, please. Thank you. Not today, girls. I'm sorry, but I gotta get through this. As you can see, the girls want to. They want to come in. The girls want to come in at night, boy. Nope, nope, no. Yeah, Detroit got exploited, especially in the run game against Buffalo. Chicago a sneaky top stack. I definitely like. Yeah, I agree totally here. I just like to stack all around for Chicago, especially late into the season. Hopefully, I mean, we got to go into the receivers, but DJ Moore goes off, Keenan goes off against the Lions. This could be a great matchup for Caleb. He's only 5,000 range. It could be a great stack all around for the Bears this week. Yeah, those are the type of value I'm looking at. I really don't want to go too crazy at running back. Maybe Madison. I think he getting a start. He expected starter going against the Jaguars, and we know the Jags are pretty beat up against the running. Stop. Close the door. These girls do not listen. Yeah, Madison. I mean, he's expected to start. I really don't see the value here. I mean, I see the value, but I mean, going against Jags, man, like they're 31st against the running backs. He should go off. Yeah, I might get a couple sprinkle spots for him. I just don't know. I mean, this team is giving up 115 rushing yards. I didn't think just the value aspect from Madison. Maybe they need to shake it up a little bit on that end for the Raiders to get him some more looks. But he's definitely in a good spot to not overlook here. I would say Madison just for GPP, just for the sake of this team is just their vulnerability is the run attack. Maybe Madison could get some going. 5,100 and he's 56 on FanDuel. Just a great price overall for him. Anybody else y'all think? Let me know. You do got Karen Williams if you want to pay up here for him. He's been doing okay. He has 16, 24, 21 in the last 3. But for 7,200, I really don't feel you have to go that route. Chase Brown. I just really feel like the value is the running backs this week. He said lock the door. I can't lock the door. I can't lock the door inside. Sorry. Yeah, I can't lock the door. I wish I could, and I can't. I think A-Chan is my guy. I think I love A-Chan here. Even Barkley. Even Swift. Those are the 3 guys I like the most. Tyjae Spears looks good here. Yeah, it definitely looks like value at running back. It definitely looks like that this week. All right, let's look into the core. Let's look into the wide receivers. Yeah, it looks like a value running back week. All right, let's look into these receivers. I don't want to go too crazy. Got Jamar Chase that should be crazy here. He should go off. He had a down week last week against Tennessee where he had 18 fantasy points. But back at home, He did have 5 last time he played them last year. He had 31 in 2022 at home against them. Um, this could be a spot where they either dud or could be a great spot overall. He did have 20, 11, and 20 in the last 3 games at home against Philly, Raiders, and Pittsburgh. I just think just for the play alone, I mean, I like Burrow. I think that's the most expensive stack this week. I mean, just for the sake of cash, I think he's the most expensive spot. So, cash. Oh. Yeah, I think for the sake of it, I think Cincinnati is definitely a favorite stack. Yeah, just Jamar Chase looks a good spot here. But if I want to look for value, I just think we have to go back on the wagon. If you want to just pay down, I think McLaurin, he just been real consistent as of late. He's been real consistent as of late. Let me see, where is he at? Yeah, I mean, he's in a tough matchup against Philly, but he did have 13, 19, and 17 in the last 3 games at home against Philly. I mean, he's 7,300. For that route, we need him to get at least 20 plus. And he's been doing that in the last, 4 matchups, I believe? He had 3 matchups. He had Dallas. He had 24 against Dallas, 27 against Tennessee, 26 against the Saints. He's just been Daniel's, right hand man here. So I just think just for the play, if you want to pay down from the 8,000 range, I just think McLaurin has been my guy to definitely save up on in a matchup where, he's definitely always been low on, and he's giving you ceiling, optimal. I ain't gonna say ceiling, but he's giving you optimal plays here. He's still up in the 7,000 range, but hopefully he still gives us around 20 something 27 fantasy point range. I think McLaurin just for the plays is, you got what's his name? Keep drawing blank. What's his name? Chase Cash. McLaurin. He's always low on. Another play. I just think Tyreek Hill is pretty cheap. He is questionable, but man, he's too cheap to be under. Tyreek is one of those guys that should be like 7,000 plus. The fact that he's only 69 is definitely intriguing here against the Niners. He did have 22 last time, but that was in 2019, where she was on Kansas City, I believe, at that time. But just the name alone, I mean, Tyreek Hill is definitely a play at 6,900. I just feel like he should do something. At 6,900, he's the type of guy where he should give us a 20 plus mark. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, it's kind of going to be against what Tua's going to do, but I don't know. No, you know what? Let me go down. I think a better play I like is Garrett Wilson. I cannot type over damn Garrett. Garrett Wilson. I think he's a better play. I think he's just for 6,600. He's getting the targets. He's getting about what 9.5 targets a game, even with Adams in the mix. Let me see where he's at on here. Yeah, I like him a lot. He's getting about 9.6 targets, 16.2 fantasy points, 6,600 on Draftkings, 71 on FanDuel. I think he's just a great play to also look at just for the price tag aspect. Going against it is in a good matchup against the Rams. Yeah, I think he's in a good spot. I think you got to look at that play. I like him here. I think he's a good spot. Yeah, we gotta find some value. I think this is also a good value play for the receivers to look at. Another play is Jordan Addison at 6,200. I like this guy a lot here in a great matchup. I think this is where the value is going to be, is the receivers as well. He's been in a nice little trend, up and down trend. He had 33 against Chicago. He had a bad game against Arizona. Then he bounced back and had a 42 fantasy point game against Atlanta. Then he had about a mediocre game against the Bears at 13 fantasy points. And then here we are at Seattle, where we did look at Darnold. I think if you want to pair him up, Darnold, I think this is where you pair him up with Addison. And also they've been giving up the 28th against this spot for the receiver 2 spot, where we had Dobbs. He had 19 last week. You had even Michael Wilson on Arizona that had 13. Yeah, he said Wilson's price drop. Yeah, I think we got to go Wilson here. But Addison at 62, I think the value is going to be the 6,000 range. So definitely want to get some guys here in the 6,000, even 5,000 range. This is probably where I'm going to go with my receivers this week. Just the fact that we got a lot of great plays in the 600, even 5,000, 6,000 and 5,000 range. So I definitely want to go this route. I think Addison's a great play to look at. All right, let's get to my bread and butter. We're looking at DJ Moore. 5,700 to me is too damn cheap. Yeah, 5,700 for a guy that's just been going crazy. As you can see, 24, 23, 27, 20 in the last 4 games against Detroit. I just feel like you have to play more here. I just feel like this is a spot where he just knows their formula. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, look, I'm playing against this team. I know this team inside and out. Give me the ball type of mindset. This is kind of how I'm looking at it with Moore. And hopefully Caleb will just give him the ball and let him do his thing. 5,700 for a guy that has great upside is where I'm looking. So I definitely think the spot where we need to look at is the 5,000 to 6,000 range for the receivers. DJ Moore is that guy that's going to be a great ceiling spot in my opinion, just for the price tag. And then if you want to go with Keenan Allen, where he did have a great game last week against Minnesota, but we're looking into the status with him and Detroit, where Keenan Allen's 53. So we got great value here with guys that's 5,300. And Keenan Allen as well, 24 and 44 in the last 2 games. against them. The last times he played at home, he'd had a 34 fantasy point game. I mean, obviously that's 2015, but even 2023, he had a 43 fantasy point game with 2 touchdowns in that matchup. And he's a great price tag, even at 5,000. If he even give us 20 plus, that's all we asking. I'm not asking for a 30, 40, but hey, if they go off, we told you so, type. You know what I mean? So I think Allen as well. If you want to pair up both guys, I just think this is a great stack for the Bears. They just both look good in this play to go off. Hold on, sorry, I got some soccer plays going off right now. Who else went off? I needed, of course he ain't. Rice went off. And all right. Let's see who else I'm looking at. Oh, Tillman is out for Cleveland. I think that might open up for Judy, I believe. All right, let me put that in there. Injury list. We got, what's his name? Tillman out for Cleveland. Tillman. He's out. I'm just checking for some value right now, but I don't see any value. Maybe Elijah Moore. I think Marvin Harrison. I mean, we talked about him earlier in the year. He wasn't. His hype was just crazy hype for him, but he's priced at 5,400. Just the fact that he's 5,400 to me is intriguing. You did have CeeDee Lamb that went 29 fantasy points last week against Carolina. I think Marvin Harrison. If I'm looking at Murray, I think this is a spot where if Murray should go off, I think Marvin Harrison is one of those guys that's going to be overlooked. Yeah, he's definitely going to get overlooked here. So I just realized I put Moore and Allen on the QB line. Whoops. I think I'm going to go this route. I'm going to go DJ Moore, Allen. I think Harrison, just the fact that he's 5,000, that's where you want him at, 5,000. I think Harrison's a great play for 5,000. Y'all let me know what you think about it. I think I'm pretty much done here. You know what? I'm gonna go Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen looks pretty good too. He has 2 touchdowns in the last 3 against Arizona. So I guess he's just been their guy in the last 3 games. He had 23, 22, and 10 against Dallas. I think he's have a bounce back. We're gonna look into the opposite side of this matchup. I think we gotta look at Thielen here. 5,600. This is definitely where we gotta look at. I think this is where we gotta look at for value is the receivers. Like Thielen is too cheap at 5,600 for Thielen, and he's just been their guy as of late. without what's his name? Leggett, I think you pronounce his name. I think he was out. He just been their guy. I think he was a rookie too. I forgot his name. So yeah, Xavier Leggetti. How you pronounce his name? You know I gotta pull out the pronunciator. Pronounce Leggett. Two E's. Leggetti. Leggetti. But anyways, I think Thielen is that guy. You gotta look. Okay. And I think Thielen. So this is where I think the value is. It's going to be. Translator time. Translator time is real. Leggetti. Yes. Are you finished with the video? Not yet. Yes? No. You say yes or no? No. But we are getting our bird tails. I'll be there soon. Huh? I'll be there soon. But it will be quick. What? A bird tail. We can't find a bird tail, was it? Ma.
He's giving him a call. Yep, he's going to go the clock running. 14-13 count and no timeout. We're going to get some sense in the end zone. He's got a moment. Throws one quickly. Fingertip grab.
Leggett. All right. So his name is Leggett. I said Leggetti. All right, Leggett. You know how to pull out the translator, man. Good grief. Leggett. So I think Adam Thielen is that guy. I think you got to look at it. So this is my receivers. I like my receivers. I just think the value is receivers. I think this is where we got to look for receivers. It's the 5,000 range. It's definitely the play.
Daddy, can you help us with the
No. Get out, please. Both of you. Get anything out that bin. You want to take the bin out?
No. Huh?
You want to take the bin out? You can drag it out.
Yes, sir. We want it.
All right, go. Open the door. You drag the bin out.
Okay. Can't do it.
Sis, you got it. Leggett. There we go. Thank you. Oh, girl, these girls are crazy. All right, so now we know how to pronounce the name. Is Leggett. All right. I think this is it. I think I like my line. I think this is where I'm gonna go with my receiver course. It's definitely the 5,000 range, like Addison. I think DJ Moore, Allen, even Thielen, even Eric Harrison. If I'm going to look at like Murray, I think that's the guy is Harrison. If I'm looking at Caleb, I'm looking at both of these guys with Allen and Moore. So these are the three guys I'm definitely looking at. I love Addison if I'm going to pair him up with Darnold. So these are the type of correlations I'm looking at for this week. All right, let's go ahead and look at the tight ends. Let me know if there's anybody else that you're looking at for the receivers and why. But we're going to go into the tight ends. Thanks, Pat. I think we got a good list. This is definitely, we got a good spot here. All right, if you want to pay up, I think the guy you have to pay up. I ain't gonna say have to. I just think the guy that's definitely a force to be reckoned with, even rookie of the year candidate, is Brock Bowers. Going against Jags, they're one of the teams that won the worst against the tight end spot. So they're giving about 54 yards a game, around 13 fantasy points to the position. And this guy's been a monster as of late. He has around 8.9 targets, 15 fantasy points. He's been dud in the last two. I just feel like just the last two games where he went against Tampa, Atlanta. Those are the three games where I thought he should ball out in, especially when those are the type of spots they give up against tight ends. He had 34 against Miami. He had 33 against the Chiefs. I just think he had two dud games where he should bounce back. He should bounce back here, but nonetheless, I don't know. He hasn't been effective at home. He's been real effective on the road as of late, so maybe I just think at 6,500, I don't have to pay for a tight end. I just think he's a good tight end, but in the sense of just value, I don't like the value here. I don't want to pay 6,500 for a tight end. I'm not going to pay 65 for a tight end. I just think that's where you just got to draw the line there, buddy. Maybe like a Trey McBride, if you're going to pay that. I guess you're going to pay maybe 300 less. Trey McBride, he's been real effective on the road. It's just, I think if you're going to look at Murray and pair him up with these type of guys, with like Harrison and McBride, I definitely think that's the spot here. He had 17, 24, 28, 21 in the last 4 games on the road. And those are without touchdowns. He's just been real effective on the road, getting about 12 catches in those matchups. Trey McBride has definitely been his guy. As you can see, look, 10, 14, 12 in the last 3. If I'm going to pay up, I definitely think that's the spot here is Trey McBride, and especially going against Carolina, which we know they give up a lot against the tight end spot. So if I'm looking at like a Kyler Murray and pair him up, McBride and Harrison are the two guys. I definitely think that's the spot to look at. Yeah, I think Trey McBride, especially cash, is the spot I'm going to look at here. McBride. What the hell am I doing? All right, McBride. Road Warrior. Do got George Kittle going against Miami. He's definitely one of those guys to definitely look at. He's been effective on the road as well. At 6,000, I definitely think he's also a great play to look at. I don't like Debo. Everyone else is kind of mediocre to me. George Kittle on the road has been effective. He's playing Miami. I don't think he ever played at Miami either. So this is his first time playing at Miami. They're one of the teams that's also worse against tight ends. They're giving up their 30th against tight ends in the last 4 games. They're giving up 53 yards a game in the season, 15 fantasy points on playing at home. I also think that if you want to look at Kittle, I definitely think he's a spot to look at as well. I do like him here. I do like Kittle a lot here. You got Janu Smith. He's been balling in the last 3 games at home. He has 4 touchdowns in the last 3 games. He had 31, 23, 13 in the last 3 games. guess you want to go back to that route with Janu. He's just been a force to be reckoned with. In the passing game, he's 5,500. Yeah, I think he's also a good spot to look at. Position, favorite stacks. I would look at Janu Smith on the opposite side of the game. He's just been real effective at home as of late in the last 3. I just think if you want to pay down from the 6,000 range, he's one of those guys to look at. You know who's a good spot? Njoku looks real good here. Njoku, he's just questionable, but man, he's been balling. He had limited practice as of late, but Njoku 5,200. He has 4 touchdowns in the last 4 games against Cincinnati on the road. Maybe Njoku. I just gotta look into his status. He is questionable, but he's real effective against them. So I think Njoku, just for the sake of GPP, looking at GPP aspect, I think he's the guy to look at. He is questionable, but I do like him if he plays. I do want to get some more value, and he's obviously I like to look at guys like 4,000 to 3,000 range. But I can't overlook this. I think Njoku's a great play, even for we want to sprinkle him in a touchdown prop. He has 4 touchdowns in the last 4 games against Cincinnati, so he knows something as well. He knows the recipe. I think another play. I think if you want to look into Minnesota, I think T.J. Hawkinson, just for the price point, he's also a play to look at. T.J. Hawkinson at 4,800. I really don't want so many damn tight ends. I got too many damn tight ends, but they're giving up a lot. Against McBride had 14. McBride had 28. 48 for Hawkinson. I think the last time he played, he never played at Seattle, but when he played at home in 2022, he had 42 fantasy points with 2 touchdowns. I just think that's probably the route I'm looking at. Maybe I didn't look at like Triple J just because of the price tag for him, but like Addison, even T.J. Hawkinson could be a spot here. We're looking into this stack with Darnold. I think Hawkinson, just for the price point, is effective here. And he showed that he can give you crazy upside the last time he played. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he had 2 touchdowns last time. I could see him, getting a vulture touchdown against them. I think Hawkinson, just for the price point, is definitely something to look at. I feel like I have more tight ends than more tight ends than this is the longest list I had of tight ends before. I do like Kincaid. All right, Kincaid, 4,600 for Kincaid. He had 15 and 12 in the last 2 games against the Patriots. He shows he just does well against the Patriots. He had 25th against tight ends. As you can see, the 20th in overall against the position. I think Kincaid at 46. Oh, trying to get some value other than the 6K range is where I'm trying to look at. I think Kincaid is also a great play if you're looking at like Allen. It is the longest tight end list this season. It definitely is. This is probably the longest list I ever had. Favorite positions. I like all these tight ends, honestly. I like Kincaid. I like all of them, man. All these guys are good spots. Like if I'm a stack with Allen, then Kincaid is the value aspect. Njoku he's kind of the iffy guy. I just like his stats prior. You know, he's just been real effective playing Cincinnati. Hawkinson, if I want to pair him up with Addison and Darnold. Kittle he's one of those guys I'm playing the opposite side of the field. Him and Janu Smith are those guys that I like here in that matchup, especially in that game alone. I think Kittle's that guy. Now for the sense of value, I think that's where I'm looking at. It's like Hawkinson and Kincaid, just for the sake of value. It is definitely the longest list I've had. You wouldn't believe it. I actually like Cole Kmet. Oh my gosh, this is the longest damn list I had. I like Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet is due for a big game. I just like Chicago, but then again, it's like not everybody. Is everybody gonna go off on this? You know what I mean? Like I'm picking everybody on the Bears. Like I got Swift, I got Keenan, I got Moore. I think Cole Kmet is like he's in the 3,000 range. That I always like the guys in the 3,000 range, but he has great stats against. He has great stats against Detroit. He's only 3,700. As you can see, 6, 12, 5, 11, 23 in the last 5. It is the longest list. The question is, do I want to play him? He's been real effective at home against Detroit. He had 23, 11. But then again, I'm looking at it like this could be a big game. This could be, it's like I have everybody load. Add another tight end. Kmet could go off. He could go off. Like, I just feel like they could just go off this game. It could be like a 40-point game. Like, it could be a 40-point game and everyone is going off. Like, but then I'm like, I feel like I'm just doing too much. I'm doing too much, but then again, it's like he has great stats at home against Detroit, and I feel like just he's gonna be low on. This tight end list is the longest list I had. I just think for the sake of value, man, Cole Kmet is where I'm looking at. He's the type of, you know what I mean? Like I always look at guys that's like 4,000 or less, and he's where I like him. Like he's 3,700. Kincaid, Cole Kmet. Yeah, I'm done. This is it. I'm done with that. All right, let's look into the defense. You know, I like to keep it simple with defense. I think Bills. All right, I think we're gonna look at. I think Bills, Buffalo, Cash, going against New England. I like the Vikings here. I think Minnesota's in a good thing. They're in a good spot against Seattle. else do I like here? Do I like Cardinals? Maybe Bears. Maybe the Giants. Titans. I like Titans. I like the Titans. They got good. They're pretty cheap. They're 2,600. 2,600 for Titans. I think playing against the Colts. I don't really like the Colts. I don't really see anybody on the Colts going off. Then again, who knows? But I don't really like the Colts here. Yeah, they've been real effective on the road. They had 10, 10, 10, 20 in the last 4 out of the last 5 years at Indianapolis. So I like Tennessee a lot here for 2,600. See the Commanders maybe? They're going against Philly. Let's see, Dolphins defense maybe. Nah, I think I'm done. I just like these three. I'm gonna keep it the way it is. All right, so this is my list. Let me know what y'all think about the list. I did have the craziest tight end list and ever, but I love this a lot. Let me go ahead and let's pick a lineup for Draftkings and FanDuel. All right. Optimizer. All right. I'm gonna put in let me go ahead and put in even the longest tight end list. Oh shit. All right, so let's go ahead and do this Caleb Williams. Appreciate you, Patrick. Appreciate it, man. No problem. All right, let's do Barkley up top. Let's throw HN in the mix. Let's go ahead and plug in more. I think he's already there, so let me go ahead and put Allen. They already got everybody in there then. Oh, yeah, Allen's already in there. Let me do a co-commit. Alrighty. Get Addison in there. Titans. All right. How much money do I have left? All right. So I gotta find somebody in a. Damn, I want Thielen. Why have Tim Patrick? Who the hell's Tim Patrick? Do I have Tim? I guess Tim Patrick's been going on. Let me get Marvin Harrison. Let me get Adam Thielen. Get some Adam Thielen. Alright, so I need to change somebody up. Damn. Alright, so I'm going to change it to A-Chain. I got Swift. I got a whole Chicago offense. I got a whole Chicago offense. I gotta figure something out. It doesn't look right, but then again, who knows, man? Let me see who I could pivot from. Maybe I could pivot from Thielen. Maybe I could find somebody a better rate. Maybe like a Garrett Wilson. Maybe Garrett Wilson could be a better play than Thielen. I like that a lot. I'm gonna save that one. Maybe if I go Thielen and then change maybe Kokomet. Like I said, Njoku's been going off against. Damn, I like Njoku. You get Njoku in there. I like Njoku. Like Hawkinson. Alright, so that's pretty much I like there. Let's go ahead and let's do another line with Darnold. Throw Darnold in there, Hawkinson, DJ Moore, Addison, maybe change up Allen. Got Kincaid if you want to get some value there. Kincaid. I like Spears though. Spears for value. Maybe I put Spears here. I want H-Chan somewhere. Get some H-Chan. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna get the value at. $2,000. Where am I gonna get $2,000 at? 2,000. Let me just swap this out real fast. Let me swap it out.
Dada.
Yeah, go.
Look, Daddy.
Let me put Spears in here.
Look, Daddy.
That's for the That's for that.
Yes.
That's for the unicorn up top.
Yes. Same as this one. That.
I like Marvin Harrison. Let me throw Marvin in there, change it up a little bit. I like that a lot. Got some.
Hello, Daddy. Hi, Catherine.
You want to say hi?
Yes. Ouch.
You okay?
Yeah. Can you say hello like this?
Funny, Lolly.
I can say I did do hiding. I do. It's just bullshit.
You want to sing a song? Sing a song.
Yes. It's not working.
Sing your turtle song.
It don't work.
It's okay. Sing a turtle song.
I had to turtle. It don't work.
Sing a turtle song.
Okay.
Sing it. Go.
Have a little turtle. His name is Tiny Tim. I put it in a bathtub. He could swim. He drank a bottle of water. He ate a bottle of soap. He now he's sick in bed. He over to your rope.
Yay!
Huh? What?
Lala, sing the song.
What?
You want to sing a song?
What song?
Do you have a song you want to sing? She sang the Tiny Tim song.
Oh.
Come here, you want to sing a song too?
Come
here. You got a birthday. Yeah. We got a birthday coming up soon. You wanna sing a song? Go sing a song.
I have a little turtle. His baby's tiny Tim. I put him in the bathtub. You see, he took a bottle.
Why are you so nervous? Go.
My turn has a starter.
No more. Go, get up. Both of y'all get out. Both, go. I like this one. Alright, that's my favorite line here, too. These girls crazy. Alright, let's go. FanDuel. Too late. Alright, let's do a Murray line. How much Murray is?
I will be beside you. I won't.
Nope. Too late. You lost your shot.
It's your side now, but I have to do it again.
No, Olivia. Olivia, move.
Mommy,
Get Murray, get H.N. Swift. Let's throw in Harrison. Okay, Harrison should already be in there. Yeah, he's already in there. Harrison, Moore, Addison. I want to throw McBride in there. How much is McBride? $7,500. Good goal. $500. My Titans. Oh, I love this line. This is a great lineup. I love this line. This is one of my favorite lines right here. We got Kyler, Achane, Swift, on the value, Moore, Harrison, Addison, McBride, Thielen, and Tight. I love that line a lot. It's my one. I love this line. And got Daniels. How much is Daniels? You got Daniels line. Throw Daniels in there. Why not? Just throw Daniels in there. Caleb. I mean, if he were Harrison, I just feel like he's due for a big game. And McBride, they probably gonna have good games. All right, let me swap out. Yeah, expensive, boy. Yeah, that's one of my favorite lines with that one. Kyler Murray was my favorite lineup right now. Let's see, we got Allen. Let's see, 2. How much I have left? Okay, I got enough money to try to pay up elsewhere. How much is Bucky Irving? Maybe get a value at Madison? Maybe Madison could be the value that we was talking about earlier. Could pay for Adams. Gibbs. Bryce McLaurin. That's kind of iffy. That's iffy. It's a little iffy right there. I'm not really sold on that one. Darnold. My favorite line right now has to be the Kyler Murray line. It's one of my favorite ones right now, especially on FanDuel. Let me lock everybody in Minnesota. You got Addison, Bride. Swap them out for Thielen. I'm really stuck on here. Maybe I just need to go down to Hawkinson. Hawkinson might be the play. That's not too bad. I like that one. It's not bad. It's not too bad. I like that one too. We got Chance Swift, Moore, Thielen, Addison, Hawkinson, pair with Jefferson. I like that a lot too. That's pretty good. I like these a lot too. I feel like this is probably the route I'm going on FanDuel. Is probably the Darnold and Murray line is probably I'm gonna go on FanDuel. If I go Caleb, and then I go Moore, Thielen, Allen, Komet. Maybe go Chase. I'm gonna pay up, go Chase. that a lot too. Yeah, I like that a lot too. Those are the ones I really like the most. Alright, y'all, this is pretty much it. I like FanDuel a lot. I like the type of stacks I could do on FanDuel the most. But yeah, FanDuel's probably the go in my opinion for this type of stacks I want. Yeah, and let me go ahead and adjust my stacks since I was talking about it. I do like Arizona, cash stack. I think it would be maybe Minnesota. Those are probably the four I like the most for today, for this week. I do want to go ahead and plug in Triple J on cash. I don't want to put them in there that I didn't. I'm gonna put Triple J in there as a cash spot for receivers. Let me just put fucking Jefferson in there. Jefferson. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I do, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I do like Washington. Maybe Washington could be a good spot. Like I like Daniels. I talk about McLaurin. Maybe Brian Robinson. Yeah. But anyways, y'all, this is my plays, y'all. Appreciate everybody staying tuned. Appreciate you, Pat, as always. Join with the chat. Hope everybody cash for this week. And look, hope you have a good one. Love y'all. Y'all have a good day.